So, welcome back to another episode. Welcome back to another Kim.
Hey guys.
And welcome to Kuni II. Finally. And me and Kim have been playing it for around 10 hours.
Yeah.
In the other room. And I just said, okay, let's stop playing. Let's come in here and just talk about this. Because there's a lot of systems. There's a lot of stuff in this game. And the one thing I think we were talking about that we don't want to do, we're not doing a comparison with this game to the first game.
Yeah, we're gonna stand alone this game.
Yeah, this game on itself, on its strengths and some of its weaknesses, and all of that. The only thing I do want to say, because I know a lot of people have wanted to know, like my friend Joel at Media Glitch, this game's combat is way more fun. It's way cooler. And I'm not knocking the first game. That was the only little thing I would critique on the first game.
Yeah.
I wasn't really into the combat so much. I enjoyed it and all that, but I always want to use my main characters, and we're going to get into this.
Yes, we will.
Let's just start at the beginning here. Aesthetically, graphic-wise, what do you think of this game?
Gorgeous!
Yeah.
Gorgeous! Love it!
It's kind of funny because Kim will stop and she'll like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing looking.
Oh god, it just takes your breath away just to stop and look around, all the detail and everything. It's really they did a really good job.
Yeah, it's like, I know it's funny, the first game everybody's like, well, it's like an anime.
It is.
And this game is like that. The first game's graphics are still amazing.
No, yeah, for sure. You can't say that it's not.
No, you know, and I know, I don't want to get into the comparison stuff at all. This game is like being in a Studio Ghibli film. But Studio Ghibli is not involved in this. No. Just the character designer is back, and the composer is back.
Right.
And there's so much influence here that I gotta say that feels like Studio Ghibli is there. We got a little bit of Princess Mononoke sometimes in the music, obviously, and also in certain themes, like Laputa is there. Yeah. From that old film, which was one of my favorites. There's a little bit of some things with the Sky Pirates. I'll say no more. It's a little bit with there. So, what would you say? I don't want to see. We don't want to spoil it either. So, yeah.
It's honestly, it is like playing an anime. Yeah. I love that aspect. And I don't want to stop. I mean, the story so far is really good. Yeah. Really enjoying it. Don't want to spoil anything about it.
See, and to say, that's why I was stopping myself. Yeah. I'll just say this, that we have a person from another world enter a world and is helping a king find his kingdom.
Yes,
and
pretty much.
That's it. That's all we'll say. Yeah. And that is the interesting thing that we have to say as well. It is an RPG foremost, but it's also a puzzle game. Yes. It's also a strategy game.
Oh yeah. And that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And also a simulation game.
Yes.
So that is something I didn't read up on this game. I want to be a little bit surprised and come in. What are some of these new gameplay things? And let's just talk about combat. What do you think of combat?
I think combat is a lot of fun. I mean, they definitely did a good job with the characters, and
it's like a hack and slash.
Hack and slash, but more than that, I find. Like, Like, and the loading? Can I talk about the loading? It is so, like, at first I'm kind of like, there's so many monsters everywhere. You're like, God, this is going to take forever. But the loading's so quick. You're in, and it starts, and you do the victory, and then you're out. There's not that long of a pause. Yes. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed that a lot more. I like the grinding aspect a bit more than that. Yeah. So that's how I feel about the combat.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that is that what Kim's saying is that there's the overworld.
Yes,
there's very much, and I don't want to say comparison to the old one, very much like the other game. Yeah. The first game. So you're going around the overworld. There's all these monsters and all different levels, and you're like, I'm not touching this one.
No.
And there's some really crazy ones in purple you really don't want to go near unless you're ready. Yeah. And then obviously, you go into combat, you see a creature, you run into it. Yeah. And it's hack and slash. You move in real time and slash with your sword, and you build up your supers, which you can unleash in combat as well. So there's some strategy there, and you also have little creatures. I won't say that you recruit.
So cute.
You recruit them, but unlike the first game, I guess I'm bringing up the first game. they are more like side characters. They're more assist characters to your main character, to your combat. So you'll get in there, you'll be hacking and slashing an enemy, and then you can go to the little creatures and activate them to
help you out, do a little side thing on the side while you're hacking and slashing.
Yeah, which are some amazing effects.
Oh
my god. And then boom, you're out of combat, you're back to the overworld, and you don't even see the loading. It's amazing.
No, and I find that great, like really good job. I love that aspect.
Yeah, like especially level 5 has just knocked it out of the park for this storyline that we're not even talking about. The way it's presented is just like a full-on anime, and it's really well told. And at all times when you're going through the story, you feel like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm fully in control, and I don't know. You feel like you really kind of care about these characters.
Yeah, and like talk about that, like it tells you where to go, but you can explore, and there's so much to explore. Love it.
A little bit overwhelming. We were talking about.
there was a time when we went into that cave. We're like, ooh, there's no music. Should we keep going? Keep going. Level 30. Get the hell out.
Get the fuck out of there. Leroy Jenkins out of there.
Yeah.
I know, but that's one thing when you're exploring the main map. There is so much stuff to explore. There's little like glowing patches that have little items in it, and then there's treasure chests, and then there's big monsters. It feels good. So you probably have to go from A to B, but in between there's a lot of cool stuff to do, a lot of exploration, very fulfilling that way. But there's some strategy elements, there's like bits with your kingdom, I don't want to give away too much, where you're fighting against other kingdoms.
They're all bandits and such that you're trying to get. Oh, I just don't want to spoil anything.
I know,
But you fight against the bandits, and that's when you go into the strategy
stuff.
Yeah, and that was very unique.
Yeah, so you're moving around little troops and taking over, like fighting against other troops on the board, and it's like, whoa, and then that accomplishes something. But there's always the one thing taking you to the next. It doesn't just feel like, oh, this is all I'm doing. You have the main storyline. You're building this kingdom. You're making that. I don't want to give too much away with that. You're building that up. But you're also getting these skirmishes, and you're also building up your main characters and going through the storyline and finding out about the bigger picture. Wow, it's very impressive.
It's good to say the flow in this is brilliant.
Yeah, it's like you do a little bit of puzzle stuff, you do RPG stuff,
it's
and
not linear. It's not linear at all.
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, I have to do this and then that's it. There's exploration. We're just touching the surface. As they say, we're only 10 hours in. We're to say it. Loving it. And a lot of people will say to me, oh wow, I knew you were gonna say that, like that you would like this game. Where folks, I come from the good old days of JRPGs, and when one comes like this, of this kind of quality, you have to bow and you have to say, wow, I'm in awe of this game. I was saying to Kim, if I had played this game when I was a kid, I would have cried. I would have been like,
Kids
I can't believe it.
Spoiled with this.
Well, things have come so far now.
That's what you kept saying. Like, God, things have come so far from
now. Like back in the day, I would have like died to have an RPG that kind of had a cel-shaded look that looked. I always wanted things to look like anime style things, and they were pretty good back in the day. But now, I mean, it's just like it is. You're running around your characters in a world, and you're like in a dungeon, and you're like, it's like you're controlling that, and that is amazing. And nothing but great things to say so far. So. Honestly, I knew I was going to like this game going in, but I didn't know about all the different side stuff that was going in, and there's a lot of side stuff, and that is the cool thing. Like, and I'm being honest, don't give it too high, but give it your honest, like, what would you give this game out of 10 so far? Only 10 hours in.
Right now?
Yeah.
Probably an 8.
An 8?
It's slowly, knock on wood, becoming one of my top favorite games.
Yeah.
And we're only this far in.
I know we have a lot to scratch, and we'll probably in the future do a final thoughts video and talk about, where we're at. Like, we're at 10 hours. What are we going to be like at 40? I don't know how far we go in this game. All we know is we looked at the map. We're in this one section. We haven't even touched everything else. And we're 10 hours in, so it's like, okay, good. There's a lot of gameplay so far. It seems so, and all that. So, guys, we just want to come in and share some of our first thoughts about Ni no Kuni. A really cool JRPG from Bandai Namco, from level 5. They've knocked it out of the park so far with us. So, anyways, guys, until next time.